Simulator developers do differently? Is this success ever gonna
Only one developer. Chat, type 1 if Beastform is in the top 3 best games on Roblox. I'm gonna be real, bro. I actually think it is, no troll. I think Beastform is the, like, best game ever. Like, no troll. Like, top 3 Roblox at least, be real.
Or will Beastform Simulator manage to outlive even the most popular games ever? But before we get into that, we first have to understand the fundamentals of Beastform Simulator and how it even blew up in the first place. Beastform Simulator is a game that was founded by Onet. While Beastform Simulator is the only game published to his Roblox account, many speculate that he had smaller projects before. But with no proof, we can only assume this. Beastform Simulator is an incremental game released on March 21st of 2018. In this game, you would start out with one bee. You would then use this bee to collect pollen from flowers and then sell it. You repeat this cycle until you have a strong team of bees. According to Onet, the game was inspired by Snow Shoveling Simulator and other old tycoon games. During early 2018, simulators were still very new, so the unique concept of collecting pollen and bees that Onet implemented into this game caught a lot of attention. Therefore, the game had a lot of popularity when it released, but it wasn't until a few months after the release that the game really took off. Beastform Simulator had tens of thousands of players around this time. Therefore, there were hundreds of videos being uploaded on YouTube. This would only make the game more popular and the game seemed like it was on top of the world. But in the background, there was a growing problem. You see, in 2018, simulators were all over the platform. But although Onet had created a very popular simulator, there were new simulators by other creators popping up. This was bad as there was now a lot of competition for Beastform. Beastform tried their best to provide engaging updates weekly, but although they were doing this, they couldn't quite keep up with all the new games releasing. For example, Mining Simulator and Pet Simulator were gaining a lot of popularity around this time. Therefore, these games would drift a lot of players away from Beastform as they were curious to explore new games. The same YouTubers who were making videos on Beastform Simulator were now also making videos on the other simulators. It seemed like the end of Beastform, but there was something special with Beastform Simulator. You see, the developers knew that their players were intrigued in new concepts. This meant that the updates that the game provided weren't so repetitive, which was unlike any other simulator at the time, which would just release new eggs and worlds and not change anything else about the core gameplay. This was good for the success of Beastform Simulator. Therefore, soon the game would be the better option for players. Throughout the end of 2018, Beastform Simulator looked like a promising game. It had already outlived Mining Simulator and most other simulators at the time. But what if I told you Mining Simulator and Pet Simulator were just a pretest to what was actually coming? In late October of 2018, Bubblegum Simulator released. At first, it seemed like the game was going to be semi-popular, but then Bubblegum Simulator absolutely blew up. The game quickly captivated every simulator player at the time. This was the real challenge for Beastform Simulator. It was now early 2019 and the updates went from releasing every week to every few months. Therefore, the player count of Beastform was at an all-time low, just like my subscriber count. Almost everyone had forgotten the game and it was only the loyal players playing the game now. The only update that brought some players back this year was the 2019 Roblox Egg Hunt, which featured Beastform Simulator as one of the games. But for the rest of 2019, this downward trend continued and Bubblegum Simulator kept growing.
Look how good this looks,
forever. And to further hurt Beastform Simulator, it seemed like there was not many more simulators releasing around this time. It was now early 2020 and it was still looking pretty bad for the game. But then something that would change the internet and the world.
Oh my god, it's everyone on the keyboard.
You see, around this time, the whole world was
it went on the keyboard.
While this was very bad for most people, for Roblox and developers, this was very good. As more than ever, there were more people playing games at home. Not only this, but the hype for Bubblegum Simulator would start to slowly fall, and players were once again moving over to Beastform. The developers were still going strong at the game though, releasing high quality updates and listening to the community. The game was once again maintaining tens of thousands of players. By now, Beastform Simulator had outlived all of its simulators from its time. It was now the end of 2020 and the Christmas update had released. The player count had surpassed 50,000 and 2021 was looking very promising. But there was a big problem. You see, this whole time Onet Onet was managing most of the game by himself. Unlike most games at the time, B-Swarm was mostly developed by Onet and wasn't backed by a large team, which meant he would need more time to release updates. That's why in 2021, Onet made a decision that would change B-Swarm for the next years. Onet stated that he was burned out from all of the updates and hard work he had put in across the last several years. So throughout 2021, there was only one update. But Onet noticed he didn't actually have to update the game for players.
Wait, Banana, wait!
2021.
Wait, that's me! Yo! I didn't even realize, bruh! Hey, yo! I didn't even realize I was credited.
He was burned out from all of the updates and hard work he had put in across the last several years. So throughout 2021, there was only one update. But Onet noticed he didn't actually have to update the game for players to stay. Throughout 2021, the player count stayed around the same, but it never went down. This was obviously good for B-Swarm Simulator. It meant the community was loyal and strong to the game. After Onet's year-long break, he released a Christmas update.
That's me again, bruh! Hey, come on, bro, chat. You guys already know, bro. Like, we out here, bro. Come on, bro.
This update alone boosted the game to over 85,000 active players. Even after a whole year of no updates, the game still managed to be larger than the prior years before. It was now 2022, and Onet again didn't release any updates. Surely he couldn't get away with it this year, right? Wrong. Even though popular simulators like Pet Simulator X and others were on top at the time, this still didn't stop people from playing B-Swarm Simulator. And the game once again stayed strong I'm not gonna copyright, bro. Year. In late 2022, Onet would drop the Christmas update, and this update shattered B-Swarm's all-time player count. With nearly 100,000 players 4 years after its release, the game had definitely
it was crazy. I remember
simulator.
That.
Around this time, Onet also made the decision to hire some developers to help him with updates. This was a good decision, as Onet would now have help with the game. Throughout 2023, the game saw a big increase in players, from having 10,000 consecutive players to now having over 20,000 on good days. The player count was slowly going up, and this was due to Roblox being at an all-time high player count. This drew more players not only to B-Swarm Simulator, but every game on the platform. Another thing that also drew more players back to B-Swarm was that Pet Simulator X, which was the biggest simulator at the time, was starting to lose a lot of players. It seemed like every time a simulator fell off, players would quickly run back to B-Swarm Simulator. But other than the Christmas update being delayed, B-Swarm Simulator had its best year in 2023. But 2023 was just a glimpse.
2023 was such a bad year for B-Swarm. We didn't even get December Beesmas. We didn't get anything. What do you mean it had a great year, bro? No, it hasn't. When was this recorded? Wait, when was this actually recorded? 4 months ago. Is this real? Bro, you should know it wasn't a good year then. What? The game... We didn't even get a single normal update. That wasn't anything else. That wasn't... No, we didn't even get a normal update in 2023 apart from... But the only update we got in 2023 was Beesmas ending. And the game getting reverted from winter update to the normal map. Bro, that was so bad. Yes, maybe B-Swarm had a lot of players and stuff. But like 20k plus every single day, of course. Yes, that's a good year. But bro, how is that good for B-Swarm? That wasn't even good. Is this real?
At what was to come for B-Swarm Simulator. It was now mid-2024, and the Christmas update had lost some hype.
Put the fries in the bag. Put the bag in the
next update would be at the end of 2024, which was the normal update wait time for the last 3 years. But Onet and the other developers decided to start pushing out more updates. And for the...
Did this dude just say Onet and other developers? Bro, AI doesn't count as another developer. ChatGPT doesn't count, bro. That is not a trio, bro. That's a solo. Onet is running solo squads. Come on, bro. This is not real.
First time in years, B-Swarm Simulator was seeing consistent updates. There were 5 total updates in 2024, and to say these updates boosted the player count would be an understatement, as in 2024, the game saw an even bigger increase in players than all of the previous years combined. On July 27th of 2024, B-Swarm saw an all-time high player count of 108,000 players. This completely blew the expectations of the game, and to this day, B-Swarm Simulator continues to pull upwards upwards of 50,000 players at once, making it truly the only game that managed to outlive every other simulator. The future of the game is looking better than ever now. If Outlived keeps updating the game frequently and giving the community what it wants, then maybe the game will even surpass other iconic games that have been at the top for a while now. Outlived played his cards right. He had a lot of patience and hard work to put into the game, and most importantly, he gave us all a game that we will remember forever. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider.
Yeah, but look, the thing is, right, Outlived doesn't add all these new B zones. Like, yes, Beast One would be popular than most of these games, but he doesn't add new B zones or anything for a reason, or else the game is just gonna die instantly. It's not really that, like, oh yeah, you know what I mean, Outlived wants to. Like, Outlived is smart. Like, all these other games are going to die fast. Like, look, 99 Nights in the Forest won't be alive in the next few, like, you know what I mean, like, years. Like, it won't be alive in a year from now. Beast One will. So Outlived is just playing the cards right. It's different. It is different, chat. It is different. Outlived is playing the cards right. I mean, yeah, shout out to him as well, by the way.